What's going on, DZ?
What's up, Nate Dog?
Another beautiful week in the EDL, and we are here to bring you just a fantastic video. A lot of stuff going on for me. Finally, I've been talking about it in this week. Been on the website a little bit here and there, a couple different days, getting some stuff done. I think all teams should have. I'll click on my team. All teams should have all the contract years put in. Any kind of trades that had blind bidding dollars or e-bucks swap between each other. I have to go do some manual stuff so it pops out looking right on the message boards. All of that got done. I'm going to click on DZ's team. If you have a guy right here, if you look under status, he has Donovan Peoples-Jones. It has XXX on status. There's a handful of players, maybe 4 players across the league that have that XXX. That means there's something I have to go back and look at on that player, whether it be a trade or a blind bidding, but something is not complete on him. So those players, there's like 4 of them that I'm going back and looking on. And then here, the last thing is if you look at blind bidding balance. So like a lot of these are good. So myself, I have $5. You can see there's a $5 difference between balance and what I've spent. That means just as a commissioner, there's $5 of something that I have not gone and manually put in. So you can look at a handful of these, like Rupp's good, Matt's good, Jerome's down $1. There's a handful of players. If you go through and look, you can kind of see how much money that I need to catch up on, but that's like the final thing I have to do. Say I'm like 85% done, 90% done of all the commissioner duties. Penalties are up to date as of a couple days ago. I think the 25th. So today is the 27th. And yeah, we're rocking and rolling. Site's looking good. As far as what's going on in the league, man, we're down to 2 survivor teams, DZ, you and Seward. I already see you in the chat talking a little shit. You have clinched up through this week already, so pressure's on Seward if he wants to get in there. And he already made his pick. Oh, did he say who he picked? Did he say KC, or are you just
I'm
speculating?
assuming. I don't know. He didn't say who he was going with, but he obviously ain't going with Baltimore. And KC looks pretty juicy, so I'm assuming we're gonna go into it next week. Still kind of trying to see who wins.
Right. Player scores. I have a couple notes on some games. So the Hall of Fame talk, we're going to push that back a week. I kind of had something set up. We are going to shift to quarterbacks. So what I'm going to do is I have a little pool of quarterbacks that I'm almost done with all the notes on. And we're going to do a blind resume, DZ. And that's how next week you're going to select your quarterbacks.
Oh
It's not
man,
know
come
and know
on,
who is
Nate.
who. So hopefully everyone can look forward to that. It's going to be a
You're so
blind
tricky with
resume.
these.
Yep. I'm just kind of looking, glancing. I think everything's everything. Let's just jump in. My notes have to do with the week. We'll just cycle as we hit the games, DZ. But let's just jump into last week's games. Talk
All
about.
right.
Yeah. So you can tell I've been doing stuff 5 different pages of the same page brought up. That's what I'm doing, commissioner stuff. Weekly, no. Weekly results. Let's start at the top. And the top is Jerome at 278.2, getting the win over myself. 236.8. DZ, I put out some bulletin board material last week on Jerome. I was talking a little shit. I was feeling good about my life, and he came in there and just. Dude, he might have had a career day. I don't even know. But let's start out with Jerome. I'm going to go see if this is some bullshit, and Jerome just put up his best week ever against me. So give me Jerome's freaking pay dirt.
Dude, that shit talk definitely touched his heart a little bit more than I thought it would. But he came at you, Nate Dogg. I went with Jameer Gibbs, finally getting it done for him here. Finally looking like he's worth the 4th overall pick. 29.8, Nate Dogg. 11 rushes, 68 yards, 9 catches, 58 yards, a touchdown, and a really bad Lions offensive game in this one, which makes it even more surprising that he had a good game. But this is what you kind of want to see from this guy. 11 rushes, nine catches obviously is good from anybody, but 4 or 5, 6 catches a game. That's kind of what you want. You don't want this guy getting banged around inside between the tackles too much. He's kind of brittle. Great game for him, even though the Lions were god awful.
Give me his Joe Dirt.
Yeah, okay, so I did these notes where he started a safety, uh, who last week had 100% of the snaps. This week had 0% of the snaps, Nate. And that's because Buda Baker came back and he didn't throw Buda Baker in. I don't even know what he's kind of disrespecting you, Nate, because he could have put his star secondary player in. And then Buda Baker gets activated. You don't put him in. And the guy, what is it? Kayvon Wallace, he gets cut by the Cardinals. He's not even on the Cardinals no more. So that's definitely his Joe Dirt.
Fucking his second highest score all time, DZ. 278.2. His highest score all time is 10 points higher. 282.2. Fucking A. The one time I talk shit, that's when he's going to do it. His highest score since, what is that? Week 5 of 2021. Good job, Jerome. You fuckhead. All right, give me my pay dirt.
Yeah, I went back with, your team was kind of weird. I mean, I don't see like a lot of guys as stand out. I mean, TJ Hawkinson had a nice game, but I went back with Tyreek here. 25.8, continuing to carry your team. 11 catches, 88 yards, a touchdown, 15 targets, Nate. Now, I just want to, still only one game that he doesn't have a touchdown in. And check out these stats, Nate. 53 catches, 902 yards, 7 touchdowns. That's a really good year for any receiver. There's still 10 games left, Nate.
He's fucking awesome. Best receiver in the league. Give me my Joe Dirt.
I went with, we're going to have a bad game here and there, but Cooper Kupp here, only 6.9 for you, Nate. 2 for 29 against a very poor secondary in Pittsburgh. He did have 7 targets, so it's not like he wasn't getting some action, but he just didn't get it done on this day.
I guess we'll get there, but I think Puka had a good game. But yeah, Cooper Kupp.
Puka did.
Good win for Jerome. Jerome, good work. I wanted to get that one done. Didn't. You had a monster week, so you deserve it. Let's move on to our next game. We have you, DZ, falling to Robbie. 233.3 for Robbie. 187.60. That's a pretty good score for you, to be honest with you. That's a moral victory for your boys. What do you got?
We be fighting, Nate Dog.
Give me Robbie's pay dirt.
Yeah, I went with Lamar Jackson here. Pretty easy pick here. 41.4 in this one. Hey, 357 yards passing. Getting it down through the air, 3 touchdowns. Always getting it down on the ground, gotten in rushing. Nate, he's the number 6 overall player in EDL now.
Pretty good. Give me his Joe Dirt.
Now, I'm going back to this guy back-to-back weeks. Calvin Ridley, man, it sucks to watch. I got this guy in redraft. I traded him to Robbie before the season, but I believed in what he was going to bring this season, and it is not looking good right now. 1.78. He is now the number 35 wide receiver in the league.
Kind of wild after his first week. 11 targets, 8 catches, 101 and a tutty, and then just nothing. That's like a third of his production in 1 week.
Yeah, it's crazy.
All right, that was his Joe. Let's go on to your team, D's. Pay dirt.
Yeah, pay dirt. I actually got a pay dirt this week. I can't just go double Joe dirts. I'm going with Deontay Foreman, Nate Dog. Hey, 36.2 in this one. 16 carries, 89 yards, 2 touchdowns. Caught a touchdown pass through the air as well. Nate, in his last 11 games where he's actually played a significant role, 4 games over 25 points. Check your fucking inboxes. He might be on your, offer to trade for him.
Hey, you remember that one guy that he kind of went a little crazy with some crazy interviews? He was with remember Raven? Everybody loves Raymond. There's that other side character. What was his name? He went crazy. He's got crazy interviews.
Yeah.
Dude,
I can't remember his name.
Foreman kind of looks like him. That's all. All right, give me your.
What?
You're gonna have to watch the video to find what I'm looking at here. Give me your Joe Dirt.
I went with my kicker gets cut, Nate. He's 3rd in the league. Brett Mayer, 3 points only, gets cut by the Rams. That's why kickers suck, man. They don't matter. I don't give a damn what Edwards says. This is stupid.
Dude, there's going to be a week, DZ, where we're going to do Hall of Fame voting, and I'll be like, all right, who's up first? We got Adam Vinatieri versus Justin Tucker, and you're going to have to pick. You're going to have to pick one. All right, DZ, you got Robbie with a good win. Fucking Robbie, man. Stop winning.
No doubt.
All right, move on to our next game. We got, make sure I don't scroll too far. We got Rupp versus Zoe. We're up with the 223 versus the 187. Kind of similar scores to yours in Robbie's game. Let's go to Rupp and take a look at his pay dirt.
Man, I'm such a dick, bro. I don't know what I was doing during this, but I gave him two Joe Dirts on accident.
Fuck it, let's go. Who are his Joe Dirts?
Okay, well, I went Keenan Allen. I don't know how or why I did this, but I went Keenan Allen. Uh, he only had 9.5 after a nice start to the season. But the guy I really wanted to talk about that I really did some studying on was Brian Hoyer. 1 point in this game, Nate, and two INTs. And I wanted to also talk about the biggest, like, Brian Hoyer's only thrown like 65 passes since 2017. God, man, I fucked these notes up so bad. Maybe we should just move on.
All right,
Holy shit.
His whole, basically the way it looks like to me is his fucking defense saved his ass because he had a lot of air balls on. He still put up a 223, but if you put a couple air balls here on defense that usually comes, dude, Zoe might have had a sneaky chance here. All right, let's go to Zoe's team and look at his pay dirt.
Yeah, I fucked this one up too, but I got this one. Jonathan Taylor, man. 24.6, 18 carries, 75 yards. Nate, 3 catches, 45 yards through the air. Kind of nice to see as a Colts fan, I'm assuming. First 20-point game since week 12 of last year.
Looks good. They're working him back in slow, but I think the snap counts finally shifted between him and Zach Moss. I think it's now Jonathan Taylor's show, for sure. Give me his Joe Dirt.
I think this one's pretty obvious. Kind of a mystery, the mystery of the weekend. Bijan Robinson, fucking 0.5, Nate. Had some kind of headache. Arthur Smith is easily one of the weirdest fucking coaches I've ever encountered in my years of watching football.
He was doing some post-game, or not post-game, just midweek interviews where people kept bringing up Bijan, and he was very, I don't know if disrespectful is the right word, but a fuck you attitude about like what he was doing and this, that. He's like, well, we're just going to ride the hot hand. It could be Cordell Patterson, Tyler
He's a
Allinger.
fucking idiot, man.
Yeah,
he's a fucking idiot.
Just like bullshitting people. But anyways, that's a good win for Rupp. Kind of a low score there, Rupp. Gonna have to put together some better weeks if you're gonna come against big dogs. But good win. Let's move forward. We got Matt and Pete cutting in close, 212 to 205. Pete getting a squeaker. Let's look at his pay dirt. I only see one name where you got to go, right?
Oh, yeah, it's Patty Mahomes, man. I didn't watch the game or anything like that, but I heard most of this was all in the first half of this game. 41.78, 424 yards, 4 touchdowns. Number 4 overall player in EDL right now.
Yeah, very good game for Patty. Definitely needed it. And what is his Joe Dirt?
Bad week to trade Travis Kelce because he went with Cole Kmet, and Cole Kmet put a goose egg on him. He went from the number 6 tight end all the way to the number 9. Man, is this a case where, like, Cole Kmet needs, like, him and Justin Fields have, like, this thing or something? I don't know. I feel like he performs better with Fields.
Yeah. Still a good week for Pete. Kind of going to, man, Patty put a backpack on that week. Go over to Matt's team. Give me his pay dirt.
Yeah, we're with Jalen Hurts, good quarterback. Two of the best quarterbacks in the league, most consistent quarterbacks in the league, performing for their teams. 29.3 for Hurts in this one. Man, this guy's got 6 rushing touchdowns this season. Man, that push is getting out of control a little bit. And, if you take out week 1, Hurts has been really, really consistent, scoring 23.5 points or more every single game.
Give me his Joe Dirt.
I went with Austin Eckler. He missed a lot of time this year. Only 8.4 in this one. 14 carries in both the first 2 weeks he's been back. Only 5 catches, 36 yards through the air. That's kind of his bread and butter. I said this before the season. Once running backs hit 28 years old, generally they're past, like, they're not going to be RB1s no more. We might see that, Eckler might have hit the wall finally.
Looking at, man, so you have Anthony Richardson who got hurt. Obviously, we know he's missing the year. We got Gardner Minshew over on Matt's bench. If he would have started him, it's hard to start him over Jared Goff. Jared Goff's been great, but
Yeah, there's
that would have been a switch. I don't know. We might have a little quarterback controversy going on over on Matt's squad. Or maybe he tries to push one out for a different player. I don't know. But good win for Pete. Tight win. Only a 7-point difference. Kind of close. Let's move on to our next game. Our biggest game of the week. We got Edwards putting up 323.9 over Bird 275.3. Sucks being Bird losing with that big of a number. I think you kind of put it in the chat, but I have it here on my notes. That's the third highest combined score all time ever in the EDL between those two teams. So whatever that is, 600 points. Third highest combined. Edwards, his 323.9 is the 12th highest score all time in the EDL. And not only that, but with this 323.9 DZ, that big ass score, Edwards' total points now puts him at a lead of 4.9 points over Pete for the most points ever scored through the first 7 weeks of the EDL. Edwards has a 4.9 point lead over Pete in that area. One more win this week for Edwards really solidifies his win streak among the history books. There's a lot of people tied at 8 wins. He is now 8-0, so if he gets into that 9, 10 category, 11 category, really puts him in special places with a big season. But without further ado, let's get into his pay dirts. What's Edwards got?
So it was a bad week for Pete to trade Travis Kelce. It was a good week for Edwards to trade for Travis Kelce because, man, he had a game here, Nate. 12 catches, 179, 1 touchdown, 13 targets. This guy's fucking amazing, dude. I can't believe – okay, so check this out, Nate. Last 3 weeks, 95.5 points. If you took just that last 3 weeks, he'd be the number 7 tight end in all the league. He's easily crushing the tight end spot once again this season. Fucking dude's best tight end ever.
Travis Kelce, fucking awesome. I'm jealous, Edwards. Give me his Joe Dirt. Fucking everyone's got double digits everywhere.
I know. Well, I went with Brock Purdy. I mean, just because you look at what he did last week, only 10.3 last week, 14.9 this week, Nate. You're starting to see some chinks in the armor a little bit. Something you were talking about. I mean, I guess I feel like you were kind of rooting for it because you want to be right about the guy, kind of being a phony or whatever. But yeah, man, the Niners are hurting right now. A lot of injuries, and it turns out they're not the fucking perfect team everybody makes them out to be.
That's true. Let's go on to Bird's team and give me his pay dirt.
Hey, it's more like a coming out party right here. Jordan Addison on Monday Night Football, same game as Brock Purdy. 31.3 here for Addison. 7 catches, 123 yards, 2 touchdowns, 10 targets. He jumped all the way, Nate, from wide receiver 29 all the way to wide receiver 13. And I believe there was a week I put him in, he was a Joe Dirt, and he had like 0 points. Yes. Week 4 against the Panthers, 0 points. So nice to see him more acclimated with the offense.
His touchdown catch at the buzzer of halftime, where he ripped it literally out of the defender's hand. It was, I don't know if you've seen the clip, but one of his touchdown catches was fucking dope. Jordan Addison, yep. Let's go do his Joe Dirt.
I went with Keontae Ingram. I feel like if you're going against Edwards, you got to put a little bit more effort into the starting lineup. I don't know what was going on, but Keontae Ingram didn't get a carry in this game, Nate. If you look like the week prior, he got about 37% of the snaps. Jeez, maybe it's just bad luck, but dang, man. Throwing Keontae out there in a game against Edwards, it wouldn't have mattered anyway, but it surely sucks that you got a guy who got 0 snaps at running back in your starting lineup.
Very true. Side note, Bird, he's still having a good, even though we got a loss here, 275. That probably hurts. But just side note, when I was going through the 16th all-time on points scored through the first 7-8 8 weeks. So pretty good, you know. We talk about all the weeks that's come around. Bird's off to a good start, even though we got an L here. So good win for Edwards. Someone still, we need no breakfast burritos, Steezy. We're trying to get Edwards that L. Going on to our next game, we got a low scoring one here. Casey getting a squeaker, 171.1 over Seward, 161.4. This would have been a bad loss for Casey had it gone that way, but it didn't. Give me his pay dirt.
This would have been. This is 2 all play wins for me right here, Nate Dogg.
Hey, hey.
Anyways, let's move on here. Hey, Darren Waller, Nate. Darren Waller citing 26.2 in this one. 7 catches, 98 yards, a touchdown, 8 targets, 20 points in the last 2 of the last 3 games. So I think Daniel Jones did play in the dog. I thought this might be tied to Tyrod, but I think Daniel Jones did play in his big game against Miami a few weeks back. So
Dude, the offense has looked better though.
A research, yeah. I mean, I don't know. You know what's funny? It's like, I'm not trying to be an apologist for Daniel Jones, but it just seems like, you bring a new quarterback in, and it's like the offense starts like, oh shit, well, we better fucking shapen up, I don't know. It just seems like Daniel Jones ain't getting the same kind of production around him that Tyrod's getting.
For sure. Guy, give me his Joe Dirt.
Amari Cooper, Nate Dogg, only 4.2 in this one. Two catches, 22 yards, 8 targets. And I was looking at the snap counts, and I saw something kind of crazy when I was looking at the Cleveland Browns. You know who leads their team in snaps for the season? The whole team.
What?
Donovan Peoples-Jones has more snaps than anyone. He has 17.7 fantasy points, Nate. That's not good.
Out there just running wind sprints.
Yeah, dude.
Out there
This guy's literally just out there running, just running
around. All right, where are we at? Who are we looking at? Casey, that was his Joe Dirt, Amari Cooper. Let's go over to Seward. Give me his pay dirt.
I got to give credit where it's due. And Najee finally getting it done, Nate. 18.6 in this one. He was a little bit carried by a touchdown, 14.53 and a touch. But, when I have to go look at racks and I have to go to the little button up at the top, everyone knows what I'm talking about, where you have to go from 32 to 64 so you can see more running backs. You don't have to do that with Najee no more. He's in the top 32. Good job, Najee.
I thought maybe he was more of a pass catcher than he is, but maybe I'm wrong.
Nah.
What do we got? 8 catches? Yeah, that's pretty tough. All right, good for Najee. Who's his Joe Dirt?
Yeah, I went with man. I believe in this kid a lot, and I even reached out to Seward to try to trade for him this week, but a tough week for him. Jameson Williams, 0 points, Nate, 33 snaps in this one, and I've seen numerous clips of him dropping. I don't want to say numerous. I want to say a few where he's dropping some deep balls. One of them which hit him right in the face mask. So
tough start to a career. Number 12th pick 2 years ago, 12th overall in the NFL draft. That was a good win for Casey. That was a tight one, 171 to 161.
He had the Bengals on bye. That's tough.
And the Cowboys. This was definitely the week if you want to lay up against Casey, it was this week. No Cowboys.
Wow, how lucky was he to get Seward, bro? Jeez.
Yeah, no Cowboys, no Bengals. This was the week to go and get a dub against Casey. Didn't happen. So probably good for Casey that you're a good point. He got out of that one. All right, let's move on and let's pick some weeks for this games. Where's my previews at? Shoot, here's a big one. Starting out with Bird versus Rupp. Pretty good. I guess we already got a little bit of points. Probably doesn't even matter.
Yeah, no, a lot happened, I think, between them last night.
I might as well go pull that up and take a look-see.
Yeah, 71.5 to 41.8. And they each had 3 guys. Rashad White getting it done.
That's a good start for Bird. That's a damn good start for Bird. Dude, honestly, good start for Rupp too.
Yeah, but it's an amazing start for Bird. Like, fuck, dude. I mean, Godwin outscores his best receiver, and Kincaid just dunked all over his fucking tight end. I'm sure.
No, I'm leaning Bird. I still expect this to be a good matchup, but Bird came out the gate stupid hot here. Probably going to come down to the wire. This 249, 236 feels like a good projection. I'm going to go Bird here, but probably going to be very close. Let's go straight cash homie at here for the Herds. Straight cash homie look a favorite. This is actually a weird week. Didn't we say no bye weeks this week randomly in the middle of the season? So everyone should be at full strength outside of just people hurt. Anyways, Casey, let's see, Gabe Davis with a good start, 23. Dude, honestly, Matt's team's not bad. He just needs Eckler to pop, Christian McCaffrey to pop, and it's a good team.
I need straight cash homie to win. Get it done, Casey.
Yeah, I'm gonna go. I mean, I like the start for Matt. Even though I think I'm still gonna lean Casey. Bengals coming off a bye. They're probably, maybe T Higgins with the bounce back. Burrow, Mixon. So I think I'm gonna go coming off the bye. I think I'm gonna go Casey here, but this is gonna be a close one. Another close one. Next one we got Plainview versus Snakes on the Draft. Dude, look at Kelsey's hair. DZ, if you freaking grow out your beard a little bit, put some water in your hair, push it up, you might be able to pull this look off with Travis Kelsey right here. All right, who do we got? You or Plainview? Are you going to come within 100?
Just for the record, I am winning right now.
Right now?
I'm winning.
Stop the count.
And it might be the first time in a long time this year.
All right, Edwards gonna win the pick. We got the next matchup. We got myself versus Seward. I need to win this one. I'm projected to win. I need to win. I don't care if it's Tyreek Hill scoring 1,000 points, but
how's your QBs gonna do?
I don't even know who's fucking healthy, bro. To be honest with you, so I might be starting 0 quarterbacks this week in a super flex, going the 0 quarterback strategy. But we'll see.
He's kidding everyone. That's not legal. It's not legal.
You can't do that. I'm gonna pick myself.
I wanted to do it.
I'm gonna pick myself. I want to see more out of my team before I start feeling comfortable again. I'm on a losing streak. Anything else?
The fuck is Baker Mayfield doing, bro?
All right, our next matchup, because clearly that means you picked me and you don't want to say it out loud. We got Zoe versus fucking Jerome here, DZ. Do we got a potential upset alert? Is this a potential upset alert?
No, not a chance. I mean, this is stupid. This is stupid Baker game. Like, what the fuck is? I watched this game a little bit while I was working. Like, what the fuck is he doing? The only thing he did impressive was that the Hail Mary at the end. I thought he had a pretty good arm on that one, but like, fuck this guy, dude. Why is he putting up 25?
Dude, Zoe's got Aaron Jones, Bijan, Brian Robinson, and Jonathan Taylor. If he has, if those four can combine for 75 plus, I think we got an upset watch.
Dude, their projections are garbage, bro. Like, they're garbage, and you're trying to say, -5 on these projections. Aaron Jones with 21?
Yeah, no.
When the fuck is that going to happen?
I don't know, but I think we got a potential. I'm gonna pick so. I'm calling. Give me the underdog. Give me the plus 800. I'm throwing $100 on it. We're gonna make some money. Come on, Zoe. Give me back for fucking up. Maybe I talked so much shit to Jerome last week. He's not focused on Zoe. You know what I mean? He comes in slipping. That's what we're going. All right, our next matchup, we got...
Are you hearing footsteps or something over there at your place? Shit, dude.
We got I need some say, bro. I just want to. We got Pete versus Robbie here. Robbie's actually projected to win by 2. This one might be close. This one might be close. We talked about Robbie. Has he ever beaten Pete? I know that was a.
No. I need Pete to win.
I'm gonna. If Robbie hasn't beat Pete, which I'm pretty sure that's the case, I'm going Robbie here. All-time series records. Let's see, Robbie.
Yeah. I'm
0-16. Come on, Robbie. This could be the year, brother. This could be the year. I really want you to lose because we're in the division, but 0-16 against Pete. This is the weakest we've seen Pete in 4 or 5 years. This is your time, Robbie. Fucking lock in. Go have a speech with your boys, and go come home with the dub here.
Why do you want Robbie to win?
I just 0-16, bro. This is Cinderella. I just picked Zoe. I'm picking Robbie. It's fucking Cinderella week. That's what we're doing. All right. That's all their picks for the week, D's. We good?
Yeah.
The realest EDL ever. I'll see y'all next week.